Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I pray that God is blessing you real good today and that his face is shining upon you. It is a beautiful day outside and it is a wonderful time to celebrate. Whether you are celebrating a particular day, whether you're celebrating a particular season, whether you are celebrating just a particular event. Nevertheless, it's always a good time to celebrate. And I can remember a time when celebration was not on the top of my list, where on the top of my list was make sure that everyone else was celebrating. Is that you? Have you placed other people before your own self? Not like people are not supposed to be served, or that people are not supposed to be helped, or not that people are not supposed to be a priority. But I'm talking about that level of celebrating another person's life above your own, celebrating another person's purpose above your own, and also celebrating another person's win above your own. There comes a time when we have to assess what order have we placed ourselves amongst the circle that we are in. And in that circle are people, places, and things. There are friends, there are families, there is a spouse, not spouses. There are co-workers. There are people that we see every day in our daily life. The chick at the subway, the dude at the gas station, at the clerk at the grocery store. We see those people often. They are actually in our circle. Well, they may not be in your circle, but I see the exact same people every week. If I go to the store more than once a week, which I do, I see the same people. I almost know their schedule. But they are people in my circle. And when I'm around other people that are in my circle, how do I place their needs above mine? There are times when you give of yourself and that you are helping, you are sowing time, you are sowing your talent, and you sometimes may sow your treasure. That is okay. And in no way am I saying that you're not supposed to put other people's needs before your own. And if you think that's what I'm saying, then more than likely you're trying to justify what you are feeling in yourself about the placement you've put yourself. If you already have put your accomplishments, if you put your wins, if you've put your purpose at the top, this conversation will not rattle you. However, if what I am saying is bothering you and you have assumed I've said something that I'm not saying, then you are in a trespass of the fact of the matter that you have not placed your accomplishments, your wins, and your purpose above someone else's accomplishments, someone else's wins, and someone else's purpose. How do I know? It's because I've done it already. And when I was in that state of putting other people's accomplishments, wins, and purpose above my own, I wasn't doing myself a favor. I wasn't doing my life a favor, and nor was I doing the people that are in my circle a favor. I was giving them an inferior product. Think about that. I was allowing myself to be inferior. And so that means that's the value of product that I was giving to the world. Who wants a broken product? No one wants a broken product. No one wants an inferior product. I know I don't. I don't look for inferior products. I actually look for the best in whatever it is I'm looking for. But when we deliberately are aware that we are given an inferior version of ourselves, and we're comfortable with giving that to our circle, giving it to our family, giving it to people who are around us, and we're okay with that, that's when there's a problem. How often do you celebrate your accomplishments? Let's talk about that. What have you done? What have you deliberately done with your time? What have you created? Do we waste time? It's so easy to waste time. It is so easy to just allow time to pass us by. Can't you remember last year? Can't you remember 5 years ago? I'm sure you can remember 10 years ago. Matter of fact, if you really put your mind to it, you can remember details of 20 years ago. In the year that we are today, when you see this video, think back 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and 20 years ago. 20 years ago, did you have an idea and a dream that you did not pursue? Or did you have an idea or a dream that you did pursue? And now you are 20 years into that thing and you are making waves. You have mastered and you have accomplished so much in 20 years. It felt like a short period of time, but I guarantee you this, every single time that you believe in yourself, you will find that the momentum causes time to pass by in a good way. No matter what struggles you may have in it, your accomplishments has momentum. The same thing as you're non-accomplishing what was in your heart to do. When you don't put energy toward it, you don't put energy toward it, you don't put a plan toward it, you also don't put any type of effort and responsibility toward it. 20 years later, here we are, and you still have not accomplished those goals. But for you who have believed in yourself 20 years ago, and you see where you are right now, you don't get mad and say, man, it took me 20 years to get here. No, you're grateful because you've invested 20 years in something and now you're an expert. I'm going to tell you something. In the field of accomplishment, you're an expert at something. Even if you're an expert at doing nothing at all, you are showing the world how to not accomplish their goals. If you will follow me and not do what's in your heart to do, you will not accomplish your goals. If you do just like me and be in other people's business instead of your own, you will not accomplish your goals. Be just like me if you want to be like me when you grow up. There's also, if you want to mess around with your life and your money, do just like me and mess around with your life and your money and see that you have yet to accomplish anything. That's not what we're looking for. So your accomplishments should be celebrated. And if you have accomplishments, I don't care if it's just one. It doesn't matter if it's one. It doesn't matter if it's 10. But if you have one thing that you've done well, write it down. Write it down. And then, if you want to take it a step further, write down the steps it took for you to accomplish that goal. And you will find that you're constantly accomplishing something all the time. Right now, where you are sitting, or whether you're standing, or you're riding in a car, or whatever you're doing, if you're at your desk and you ran across this video, you just fumbling through and you ran across this video, great. Because now you need to pay attention to your accomplishments. The things that you've accomplished. The things that you put an effort toward. The struggle that you may have had. Write those things down and you will begin to see the many accomplishments that created the big accomplishment. You may not have recognized that you've done something great. Because if you're not in that state of being where it's like, I'm doing great things. I'm doing great things. And you're not constantly thinking about it, you will forget the power of accomplishments. You may feel like you haven't accomplished. But if you really dig deep into that, you will see that you've done many things. Now that you've seen the accomplishments that you've made, and you've acknowledged that you have done great things, and you've begun to write those things down, your mind is going to begin to see the levels of intelligence that you needed to walk in order to accomplish those things. Don't ever be ashamed of the things you accomplished. They may seem like they're small compared to another person, and you like, I didn't do much of nothing. It wasn't nothing. I didn't do nothing. No, you did great things, because those small little things create a big picture. If we would just celebrate our accomplishments alone, we would feel the energy of the faith that we needed to have in order to fulfill those accomplishments. But then there's a greater level to that. How far are you willing to go with God giving you more dreams and ideas to fulfill? The more you recognize the power that you walk in, the more things God will reveal to you to accomplish. If you feel like you haven't accomplished quite a bit, well, maybe it's because you have yet to celebrate the ones that you have done. If you have yet to be grateful for the things that you've started and completed, are you a starter and a non-finisher? Or do you feel like you did not have the equipment to do what you needed to do, or you didn't have the resources? Don't give up. Those things are still there, and you can still accomplish your goals if you believe it. If you've decided that your goals or your dreams, your ideas are unaccomplishable, maybe they need to be shifted based upon a whole nother world that we're living in. But those things can be accomplished. Maybe those were the foundational blocks, and now you're able to build upon them. If so, walk the walk that you need to walk in order to accomplish the goals that you have. I know I sound redundant, but I'm trying to share with you that it's not lost, even if it feels that it was incomplete, undone. Use those incomplete and undone situations to learn from. Did you write them down? Make sure when you get off of this video that you write them down and allow the steps to be revealed to you, and you'll be able to pull out information. It's like, but I learned that. I may not feel like I've accomplished all those goals, but I did learn this, I learned this, and I learned this. And I also learned this, and this about myself. I learned this, and this about my process. I learned this, and this about who I am as an individual. Your accomplishments are a segue into your wins. You accomplish a lot of things in order to create a win. Small wins are small accomplishments. If you've wanted something that you're competing in, are you competing against yourself? Are you competing against the world? Are you competing against someone's opinion? Are you competing against what you think someone is thinking about you? Or are you competing against your emotions? Are you competing against your thought pattern? What are you competing against? And sometimes we will find the wins that we have achieved is a win from ourselves. It has nothing to do with nothing about nothing. And we make it into something so that we will not win. But you know, if you win, you're expected to compete again to see if you can win again. Winning one time is not enough for a good competitor. I'm a good competitor. You're a good competitor. We're all competing against our own selves and the value of who we are allowing ourselves to become. We have our accomplishments and we have our wins. What have we accomplished and what have we won? And sometimes what we've accomplished and what we've won, other people don't have the opportunity to see, be a part of, or even know about it. And when you talk too much, you're going to find that it loses its value. So when you talk about something, accomplishment or a win, and it loses its value, that means whomever you spoke it to does not have a context about the accomplishment nor the win. And because they don't have an input in it and you share it, it takes all the energy out of it. Have that ever happened to you? It has definitely happened to me. I promise you. It doesn't feel good. And it feels like you have to start all over again just so you can get that thing, the feeling of an accomplishment and the feeling of a win. But let me tell you this. When we look to be celebrated by other people instead of celebrating ourselves, we give them the power of the celebration. I'm here to encourage you to celebrate yourself no matter where you are. Celebrate yourself in everything that you try to do. Just do it. You doing it is the celebration. And then you critique yourself and say, I could have done better there. I think I did a good job right there. I'm going to do that more. I think I want to try this. Celebrate by doing. Celebration is not balloons and cake and raffles and noise makers. Celebration is action. And how do you decide how you celebrate your accomplishments and your wins? What do? You keep accomplishing and you keep winning. That is how you celebrate. So celebration means you don't quit. Celebration means I like who I am and I like what I'm becoming. No longer give the power to another person, whether they celebrate what you're doing or not. Because if they don't celebrate you, then you judge them for not celebrating you. Let's not give people power they didn't even ask for. You are in complete power to celebrate yourself. Celebrate all of your accomplishments, but learn from them. Celebrate all your wins and learn from them. And the more you learn from your accomplishments and your wins, the more your purpose becomes more and more revealed to you. Purpose is not a one-time thing. It's a continuum. And you've been living your purpose from the day you've been born. Everyone has. Whether you are aware of its particulars or not. So celebrate all your accomplishments and celebrate your wins. They, as a whole, build your purpose into what it should be. Because you're going to learn what you should and should not do in both accomplishments and your wins. And allow your purpose to be as full as it can be. Now you go have a good day.